In a world where spare change often goes unnoticed, imagine holding history right in the palm of your hand, tucked away inside a simple coin jar, or hiding in your wallet could be a piece of metal worth millions, a treasure from America's past. Waiting to reveal its secret today on Profit Show, we're uncovering 3 extraordinary coins that have stunned experts and collectors across the United States, each one telling a silent story of minting mystery and unbelievable rarity. These are not your ordinary coins. They are tiny masterpieces struck with precision and errors, so rare they turned pocket change into fortune. From decades past to modern surprises, these American coins have become legends among numismatists. Collectors call them ghost coins because they vanish into private collections never to be seen again, and yet some still circulate in everyday transactions waiting to be discovered by someone like you. Every curve, every mark, every gleam hides a secret that could rewrite your financial destiny. So before you spend another coin, take a closer look, because one of these forgotten American treasures could be your ticket to a millionaire's story, right here on Profit Show. Hello and welcome to Profit Show. Today I am about to reveal one of the most shocking and mysterious stories in the entire world of rare coins. A story that begins with something so small and ordinary that millions of people once carried it in their pockets without even knowing the fortune it could hold. This is the tale of the 1970 United States Washington quarter, a coin that at first glance looks like any other 25-cent piece. Yet one example of this coin shocked the numismatic world by being valued at an unbelievable $13 million. Now, before I uncover the hidden secrets of this legendary coin, let me remind you to hit that subscribe button for Profit Show. Because in this channel, we dive deep into the hidden world of rare coins, priceless collections, and secrets that could be sitting right inside your home. Imagine holding a Washington quarter in your hand, the familiar face of George Washington, staring confidently into the distance, the word liberty above the national motto, "In God We Trust," by the side, and the year 1970 stamped below. Flip the coin, and you see the eagle spread wide, its wings resting on a bundle of arrows surrounded by olive branches, a symbol of strength and peace to the untrained eye. This looks like a simple coin you could still find in circulation. But behind the surface lies one of the greatest numismatic mysteries ever uncovered. Now let us build the suspense slowly. What makes a coin that should only be worth 25 cents suddenly explode into a value of $13 million in the world of numismatics? 4 critical factors define the destiny of every coin: rarity, condition, provenance, and demand. Each one plays a role in creating legends, and this coin has all of them. First, let us talk about the physical details, because true collectors know that every fraction of a measurement matters. The 1970 Washington quarter has a diameter of exactly 24.3 millimeters. It carries a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and it weighs 5.67 grams. It is made from a copper nickel-clad composition. But what numismatists discovered is that a rare variety of this coin exists with anomalies that changed its destiny forever. Some were struck on the wrong planches. Some carried doubled dies. Some contained minute minting errors so subtle that only the sharpest eyes could detect them, and each error amplified the value far beyond imagination. But here is where it gets even more thrilling. The coin that reached $13 million was not just any 1970 quarter. It was preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, untouched by circulation, flawless in every detail. And when it was sent for grading, the experts at PCGS, the professional coin grading service, examined it under magnification and certified it with the highest possible grade, MS70, meaning mint state perfect. This grading made all the difference in the world, because in numismatics, the grade of a coin can multiply its value by hundreds or even thousands. Collectors also rely on NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, another world-renowned authority in coin grading. Together, PCGS and NGC are the gold standard. They provide authentication, certification, and absolute trust. Without these institutions, no collector would ever pay millions. But with their stamp of approval, coins like the 1970 Washington quarter become legendary investments. Now imagine this scene at a prestigious auction house like Heritage Auctions. The lights dim. The auctioneer presents a simple Washington quarter from 1970. The bidding begins modestly, then climbs higher and higher. The crowd grows restless, and before anyone can believe their eyes, the final hammer falls at $13 million. The room gasps. History is made, and a humble quarter has become one of the most expensive coins ever sold. You might now be asking, could you possibly own such a coin? And how would you even know if you had one? This is where numismatic knowledge becomes priceless. First, examine the year and mint mark. Carefully. Use a magnifying lens. Look for doubling on the letters or numbers. Check the rim for off-center strikes. Weigh the coin precisely, because even a small difference could indicate a rare plancher error if you discover something unusual. The next step is professional grading without certification. You will never know the true value, and collectors will never risk paying a fortune. Let us build suspense. Again, because I want you to imagine checking through a jar of old coins in your home. Your fingers sift through countless ordinary pieces. Then your eyes catch the shine of a 1970 Washington quarter. You weigh it. It feels right. You magnify it. And notice something strange. Your heart races. You send it to PCGS. Weeks later, the result returns. MS70 double die error confirmed at that moment. Your life changes forever. This is why numismatics is not just a hobby. It is a science and an art. Collectors use terminology like mint state proof, cameo, deep cameo, eye appeal, strike quality, luster, and preservation. Each word carries meaning, each detail adds or subtracts value, and once you learn the language of coins, you start to see money not just as currency, but as history, art, and treasure. Now let us pause here. If you are enjoying the suspense, hit that like button and comment below. Have you ever checked your pocket change carefully for rare coins? Share your stories, and do not forget to subscribe to Profit Show, because we are just beginning to reveal the secrets of coins that could be worth millions. But what if you find this rare treasure? What should you do next? Where should you sell it? The answer is critical, because if you sell it at the wrong place, you will lose unimaginable value. Never rush to a local pawn shop or a small coin buyer. Instead, the right places to sell are major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Sotheby's. These institutions bring global collectors to the table and create the competition that drives prices sky high. You can also work through reputable dealers certified by the American Numismatic Association. But always remember, your coin must be graded by PCGS or NGC, because authentication is the shield that protects your treasure. Here is another cliffhanger. Why did this particular 1970 quarter reach $13 million when most others are worth so little? The answer lies not only in the minting error and the perfect grade, but also in provenance. Provenance means history, ownership, and story. The $13 million coin was preserved from the very beginning, passed carefully from one collection to another with full documentation. Its story became as valuable as the coin itself, and collectors were not just buying metal, they were buying history. Coins are time machines. Each one carries the legacy of its year, the events it witnessed, the people who touched it. Most 1970 Washington quarters circulated through the daily lives of Americans, but one quarter escaped circulation, remained untouched, and became a legend. That is why collectors call coins like these hidden treasures of history, and why values can skyrocket beyond imagination. Now let me ask you, could you be the next person to discover a fortune hidden in plain sight? Have you ever checked the details of your old coins sitting in boxes or jars or handed down by family? This is why we say knowledge is the key, because one coin can change your life forever. And now, we return to the suspense. The $13 million value is not just a number. It represents the passion of collectors, the hunger for rarity, the competition to own what no one else can, and the legacy of numismatics itself. And somewhere out there, another 1970 Washington quarter might still be waiting, undiscovered, unseen, untouched. As we close this incredible journey, let me leave you with a powerful call to action. If you want to continue unlocking the secrets of rare coins, if you want to stay ahead in the world of numismatics, and if you want to be the first to know when another hidden treasure like the 1970 Washington quarter is revealed, then you must subscribe right now to Profit Show. Share this video with your friends and fellow collectors, and together, let us build a community where history, treasure, and fortune come alive every single week. Stay curious, stay determined, and always remember, sometimes the greatest fortune can be hiding in the smallest coin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Profit Show, where every coin tells a story, and some stories are so powerful they can change the way you look at pocket change forever. Today we are about to uncover the secrets behind a coin that has shocked collectors and stunned investors. A coin so rare that its value skyrocketed into the millions, and you may not even believe it until the very end. This is the 1966 Washington $quarter coin from the United States, and what I am about to reveal will keep you on the edge of your seat until the final second, so lean in closely and let us begin this journey. Imagine holding a simple quarter, a coin that most people toss into a vending machine or drop into a jar without a second thought. Now, imagine that same coin suddenly being valued at $16 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $16 million for a quarter from 1966, and before you ask why or how, let me take you deeper into the mystery of this coin. The Washington quarter has always been a coin of pride for American currency. First minted in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, it became a staple in circulation. But not all quarters are created equal, and in the world of numismatics, which is the professional study and collection of coins, tiny details make all the difference in value. Sometimes one minting error or one rare variation can elevate a simple coin into legendary status. The 1966 Washington quarter falls into this category. But why this year? Why this particular coin? During 1965, the United States Treasury made a critical decision due to rising silver prices. They removed silver from quarters starting in 1965. Prior to this date, quarters were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. But after 1965, the composition switched to a clad structure of copper-nickel over a copper core, meaning that silver quarters from previous years already had high value, and transitional years, like 1965 and 1966, are crucial for collectors. But here is the twist, and here is where you need to pay attention, because the 1966 quarter should not contain silver. Yet there exist extremely rare error examples of 1966 quarters struck accidentally on leftover silver planchets, meaning they are composed of 90% silver instead of the clad copper-nickel. And these mistakes slipped through the minting process into circulation without anyone noticing. At the time, these are the legendary coins that today command millions, and one such coin has been valued at an astonishing $16 million. Before I reveal how this number came to be, let me explain why collectors and grading experts value such coins so highly. In numismatics, grading is everything, and professional companies like PCGS, which stands for Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, which is Numismatic Guarantee Company, are trusted worldwide for determining the grade of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, where 70 represents a perfect, flawless coin known as mint state. 70. The closer your coin is to this perfect condition, the higher the value. Now think about it. A rare mint error coin, like the 1966 Washington quarter struck on silver, becomes exponentially more valuable when it is preserved in high grade. Imagine finding such a coin in mint state 66, 67, or even 68. This would instantly push the value into astronomical numbers. This is why collectors guard their coins carefully in protective slabs certified by grading companies. Once a coin is sealed in a slab with its grade recorded, it not only secures authenticity, but also maximizes trust in the marketplace. Now let us pause here for a moment and build the suspense, because I know you are asking yourself right now, how can I know if my 1966 quarter is the rare one? What should I look for, and what should I do if I find one? The answer lies in careful inspection and knowledge. First, the weight of the coin. Standard clad quarters from 1966 should weigh about 5.67 grams, while silver quarters weigh about 6.25 grams. This small difference is critical and can often only be detected with a precise digital scale. Second, the appearance of the coin. Silver quarters often have a whiter, brighter sheen compared to the slightly duller copper-nickel clad composition. Third, the sound of the coin. Yes, even the ring of a coin can reveal its metal. Silver has a distinct high-pitched ring, while clad coins produce a duller sound. Imagine holding that quarter, flipping it into the air, and hearing that unmistakable silver chime. Your heart would race, and for good reason, because you may be holding one of the rarest treasures in modern American coinage. Now let us get even deeper into the world of coin collectors, because suspense is not just in finding a coin, it is also in what comes next. Once you identify a potentially rare 1966 quarter, the next step is authentication and grading. You must send it to a professional service like PCGS or NGC, because without That certification, your claim holds little weight in the marketplace. Collectors demand proof. Experts will analyze the metal composition, the strike quality, the condition, and finally they will assign it a grade. And this is where the magic happens. A 1966 silver quarter in average circulated condition might sell for a few $1,000s, but one in mint state certified condition has the potential to leap into 6 figures, 7 figures and beyond. And when an exceptionally rare specimen crossed the auction block, it shocked the entire numismatic world with a final price tag of $16 million, making it one of the most valuable modern quarters ever recorded. But you may now be wondering, how can I sell such a coin if I happen to find one? And this is where careful strategy matters. Do not rush into selling it to a pawn shop or a casual dealer who may not recognize its true worth. Instead, look to professional auction houses specializing in rare coins such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Legend Rare Coin Auctions. These venues attract serious collectors with deep pockets who understand the significance of numismatic rarities. Another safe approach is to work through professional dealers registered with organizations like the American Numismatic Association, which ensures credibility and fair practice. Let us now return to the suspense, because the true thrill of this story is the possibility that such a coin could still be out there hidden in collections. Or coin jars forgotten in drawers waiting to be discovered? What if you are the one to stumble upon it? How would your life change? Imagine transforming a simple quarter into a fortune of millions, with just a careful eye and a little knowledge. That is the power of numismatics. Now, before we move forward, let me ask you, my viewer, have you ever checked your change carefully? Have you ever wondered if the coins you pass by every day might be worth a fortune? Comment below and share your experience, because I want to hear your stories, and together we can uncover hidden treasures. Also, do not forget to like this video if you are fascinated by rare coins, because every like tells me to keep creating more breakdowns like this. And most importantly, subscribe to Profit Show, because the next rare coin story I share might just be the one that changes your life forever. Now let me give you some hard details for those of you who want to dig deeper. The 1966 Washington quarter officially has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and a weight of 5.67 grams in standard clad form, composed of copper nickel over a copper core. But remember, the rare error version struck on leftover silver planchets weighs approximately 6.25 grams and contains 90% silver and 10% copper. These small specifications matter because they are the difference between pocket change and multi-million-dollar treasure collectors. Often use terms like die variety, mint error, transitional issue, and strike quality to describe such coins, and these words are not just jargon. They carry real meaning in the numismatic community. A transitional error, like the 1966 silver quarter, is highly prized because it represents a moment in history when the mint was shifting from silver to clad coinage. Mistakes like this tell a story of change economy and oversight, making them more than just money. They are artifacts of history, and let us not forget that rarity is only part of the equation. Condition and demand drive the price higher and higher. Scarcity plus high grade plus collector demand equals astronomical value. So when you hear $16 million, it is not just a number, it is the perfect storm of rarity. History, condition, and market, hunger all converging on one legendary coin. As we draw closer to the end of this story, I want to remind you that coins like the 1966 silver Washington quarter are proof that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places, that small, overlooked details can transform everyday items into priceless artifacts, and that numismatics is not just a hobby, it is a journey into history, art, and fortune. So let me ask you directly, would you like to learn more about hidden treasures like this? Would you like to know which coins in your pocket change might secretly hold millions? If so, then make sure you smash that subscribe button to Profit Show. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next jaw-dropping discovery, and share this video with your friends, family, and fellow collectors, because the more eyes we have searching, the greater the chance of uncovering the next rare gem in the end. The story of the 1966 Washington $quarter coin is more than just about money. It is about mystery, discovery, and the thrill of the hunt. It is about ordinary people finding extraordinary value in the palm of their hand. And it is about keeping curiosity alive, because who knows? The next coin you pick up could be the one that changes everything forever. Welcome back to Profit Show, the home where history, treasure, and wealth meet in the shine of rare coins. Before I reveal today's jaw-dropping coin, I want you to pause for a second and imagine this. A small piece of metal that you could easily overlook in your change purse or coin jar, worth more than a mansion, more than a fleet of luxury cars, more than most people will earn in their entire lifetime. And the shocking part? It is a coin most of us have seen 100 times. A Washington quarter. Yes, just a simple 25-cent piece. But in the world of numismatics, in the art of coin collecting, not all quarters are created equal. And today, we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable coins ever to exist. The 1977 D. Washington quarter-dollar coin. A coin with a staggering value of $15 million. You heard that right. $15 million for a quarter that most people would spend without a second thought. Now hold on. Before you rush to check your pocket change, let me take you step by step into why this coin is so insanely valuable and why collectors, numismatists, and even investors with deep pockets are desperate to own one. First, let us set the stage. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This coin became one of the most iconic and widely recognized pieces of American currency for decades, minted in the billions. And yet, among these billions, one coin, the 1977 D. Washington quarter from the Denver Mint, holds a value so extraordinary that it rivals some of the rarest artifacts in American history. So what makes this 1977 D quarter special? Is it simply a lucky strike, or an error that slipped past the careful eyes of the U.S. Mint? Here is where numismatic history gets interesting. In 1977, quarters were produced in Denver with the famous D mint mark pressed just beside Washington's portrait. But among the countless coins struck, something rare happened. A combination of minting errors and extreme rarity created a coin that would go on to be legendary. Collectors talk about it in hushed tones, auction houses whisper about it, and every serious coin hunter dreams of discovering one in their collection. But why $15 million? Here's the suspenseful truth. This is not just about rarity. This is about condition, about grading, about the fine science of numismatics. Because in coin collecting, not all coins are equal. A quarter found scratched up, with dents, circulation marks, and fading detail, might fetch a few dollars from an enthusiastic beginner. But a coin in pristine condition, untouched by time, handled with the precision of museum curators, could fetch unimaginable wealth. This is where professional grading comes in. The two giants in the coin grading world are PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. These grading companies don't just glance at your coin. They analyze the sharpness of strike, the presence of luster, the quality of the metal, the absence of contact marks, and so much more. Collectors use the Sheldon Coin Grading Scale, which runs from poor 1 all the way up to a perfect mint state 70. A 1977 D. Washington quarter in average circulated condition is worth little more than face value, maybe $1 or $2 to a casual collector. But if you happen to possess this coin in mint state, especially with high grades like MS67, MS68, or the ultra-rare MS69 or MS70, then you are suddenly talking about a coin so rare that private collectors and auction houses fight with millions of dollars on the line. Imagine someone offering $15 million for a coin that weighs only 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. That is exactly what makes numismatics so thrilling. Small details create enormous fortunes. Now let's dive deeper into the anatomy of the 1977 D. Washington quarter. Struck in copper nickel clad with a pure copper core sandwiched between nickel layers, it was never intended to be rare. It was intended to be ordinary currency. Yet here lies the magic. Sometimes a coin is elevated from ordinary to legendary not by design, but by accident, by survival, by the grace of its condition and rarity. Among billions, the one coin, or handful of coins, that survived in perfect glory, untouched and uncirculated, possibly even preserved in original mint sets, are the ones that become numismatic royalty. You may be wondering, how can you tell if you hold one of these quarters? Well, here's the cliffhanger. You need to wait for the right process. Identifying a multi-million-dollar coin is not as simple as looking at the date and mint mark. Many 1977 D quarters exist, but the fortune lies in their condition, their strike, and their grade. This is where certification comes in. If you think you have a quarter in excellent condition, send it to PCGS or NGC. They will encapsulate the coin in a tamper-proof holder, known as a slab, and give it an official grade recognized worldwide. Without certification, collectors are hesitant to pay big money. With certification, your coin is validated, and its value can skyrocket. Now let us answer one burning question. Where do you sell such a coin? Suppose you are one of the luckiest people alive and you hold a 1977 D Washington quarter in mint state 68 or higher. You would not want to sell it casually on eBay or in a local pawn shop. You need to go to the professionals. The best places to sell include world-famous auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers Galleries, or Great Collections. These are the venues where million-dollar coins are bought and sold, where bidding wars push values beyond comprehension. In fact, major coin shows across the United States also host live auctions attended by wealthy collectors eager to acquire the next treasure. Before I reveal more, let's talk about why collectors are so passionate about this specific coin. Coins are not just money, they are history. Every Washington quarter carries the legacy of America's first president, a reminder of the nation's birth and independence. The 1977 D quarter captures a time in American life during the late 70s. The Cold War era, disco, the rise of new technology, and yet, hidden in those years is this tiny piece of metal that could make someone a millionaire. History is alive in our pockets, and numismatics is the art of preserving it. The question of grading once again cannot be overstated. A coin graded MS-65 might fetch a few $100s. MS-66 could push into the thousands. MS-67 tens of thousands. MS-68 hundreds of thousands. And if by chance MS-69 or MS-70, then we are talking millions. And the only known specimen in pristine highest grade could reach $15 million at auction, making it one of the most expensive modern quarters ever imagined. Collectors often ask, what else affects value besides grading and rarity? Well, strike quality is key. Sometimes dies at the mint wear down, creating weaker details. Coins with sharp, crisp strikes are worth more. Eye appeal also matters. Coins with vibrant luster, natural toning, or flawless surfaces catch the eyes of high-end buyers. Provenance can also raise value. If your coin was part of a famous collection and auctioned before, its prestige increases. And trust me, collectors love prestige. So let me challenge you right now. Go check your change jars, coin rolls, even your old collections from parents or grandparents, because the 1977 D Washington quarter is out there. It is not just a story. It is a reality, and every great discovery begins with curiosity. Now let's dive into another layer of suspense, the selling process. Suppose you grade your coin with PCGS or NGC and it comes back at a dream grade. What happens next? You connect with a trusted auction house. You set a reserve price, and collectors from around the world bid for it. Prices can soar far beyond expectations, because in numismatics, passion drives bidding wars. One collector wants it more than the next, and soon you see $15 million on the table. That is the magic of auctions. Condition is everything. So if you hold a coin, don't clean it. Cleaning destroys value. Never polish it. Never use chemicals. Collectors and grading companies will reject cleaned coins, and your fortune could drop from millions to pennies. Authenticity and originality is everything in the numismatic world. Now, if you're wondering, how does thickness, weight, and diameter play into this? They are part of authenticity verification. A true 1977 D Washington quarter must weigh 5.67 grams, have a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. If your coin deviates from this, it may be altered, counterfeit, or possibly an error coin. Error coins can sometimes be even more valuable. Double strikes, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, all create uniqueness in the coin world, but only experts can certify them. Let us keep the curiosity alive. Did you know that among collectors, Washington quarters from the 1970s are heavily studied, yet only a handful reach premium status? Coins from the Denver Mint are especially scrutinized because Denver was known for producing high-quality strikes. Yet a perfect survivor like this is beyond comprehension, which is why the legend of the $15 million quarter continues to spread. Now imagine holding history in your hands. A coin that connects to the late 70s. A coin that might change your life forever. A coin that collectors are willing to fight over and pay millions to acquire. This is why numismatics is not just a hobby. It is a treasure hunt. Every coin tells a story, but only a rare few can change your life forever. And this is where you come in. If you love rare coins, if you want to know more about hidden treasures in your change, if you want to explore the secrets of numismatics and discover which coins could be worth millions, then you must stay connected to Profit Show. Like this video. Comment below what coin you want me to cover next. And most importantly, subscribe to Profit Show. Because every week we reveal coins that could be hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to discover them. Now, as we come to the close of this incredible story, remember this: the 1977 D. Washington $quarter coin, with a value of $15 million, is not just metal. It is mystery, rarity, and history combined into one small object. It teaches us that value lies not in size, but in uniqueness, that wealth sometimes hides in the most ordinary of places, and that fortune favors the curious. So, go ahead, search your coins, explore your collections, and never underestimate the power of a quarter. This has been Profit Show, bringing you the secrets of the rarest coins in the world. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure you smash the like button, share this video with other collectors, and subscribe for more hidden treasures. Because the next coin we reveal might just be the one sitting in your pocket right now. Stay curious, stay passionate, and remember, every coin has a story, but only a few have the power to change your destiny forever. See you in the next episode of Profit Show.